What's up guys, Wolf Movies here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Scream 2. Scream 2 is the sequel of Scream, obviously. And while the first movie made fun of horror movies in general, this movie makes fun of specifically sequels. But is this movie bad because it's a sequel? Here's my spoiler-free review. So no, it's not a bad movie. I think it's a pretty good sequel. Obviously, it's not as good as the original, but this movie has some pretty memorable scenes in it, and it's a lot of fun. There are a few parts that I'm not a big fan of, but that's about it. Now on to my spoiler-filled review. The movie begins with a crowded movie theater. The theater is showing a movie called Stab, which is the movie version of the in-movie version of Scream. At the theater, 2 people are killed. We then see that Sydney is in college and she keeps on getting prank calls, but luckily she has caller ID now, which I actually heard that after the original Scream was in theaters, people started using caller ID more. Sydney is at a film class, and so is Randy. They have a conversation about sequels, and they mention aliens, and one of them gets the line wrong.
Aliens is a classic, okay? Get away from her, you bitch.
I believe the line is stay away from her, you bitch. It's film class, right?
I know I'm a nerd for saying this, but the correct line is,
Get away from her, you bitch!
Anyways, Gail is back, and she is harassing Sydney about the murders at the theater, and Sydney hits her again. Ghostface kills someone and then chases, Sydney. Sydney survives, and the police start to get involved. We also get this, cringy and unimportant scene where a kid named Derek sings in a lunchroom. This is probably the worst scene of this movie and probably the entire series. Randy then tells Dewey the rules of horror movie sequels. Rule 1, there are more deaths, and Rule 2, there are more gore. Rule 3.
Number 3, if you want your sequel to become a franchise, never, ever...
How do we find the killer, Randy? That's what I want to know.
I'm a little curious what that last rule was. Randy, Dewey, and Gail then get a call from Ghostface in broad daylight. Randy then goes off on his own and gets killed, which kind of sucks because I really liked him. Gail and Dewey were recording when this happened, so they put the footage in a TV, but they get attacked by Ghostface. Dewey gets stabbed, but he doesn't die, thank God. Ghostface then goes on a killing spree, and it ends with Sydney running into a theater. Not the theater at the beginning, but a theater in the school. Ghostface then reveals himself, and he is Mickey, a random kid that I didn't mention because he wasn't important. Mickey's motive is to become famous and blame the horror movies, but it wasn't just Mickey doing all of this. He had Billy's mom helping him. She just wants revenge on Sydney because Sydney killed Billy in the last movie. I really like the reveal of Billy's mom being one of the killers. I didn't expect it when I first watched this movie. A man named Cotton then shoots Billy's mom and saves Sydney, then they also kill Mickey. The movie ends with Sydney leaving the theater. Yeah, this movie was good, but there are some parts that I didn't like that one musical scene, and I really didn't like that Mickey was the killer. Like anyone else would have probably been better, but I did like that Billy's mom was also a killer. It was a pretty good reveal. So overall, this movie was good, but it has some flaws. The next review will be on Scream 3, which I heard is the worst in the series. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys then.